let's just cut the intro, and the introduction. Let's get into the video topic. Like, we all know the 5 games that had multiple two protagonists, yes, that we had to choose between one or the other, always give us the question, who they will end up with at the end of the game. We got Ether, Wise, Kalis, Rover, and Gradell, or Ritsuko Fujimura if you want to go. What is it? Anime name. And stuff. So, yeah. Let's start off with the man himself, Ritsuko Fujimura. Well, yes, there are plenty of characters who have a crush on him and throughout the game. Even like Miyamoto Musashi, Castoria, BB, and others, but BB is now happy when she's reunited with her senpai, aka the man, the legend, and the absolute chat guy, Hakano Kishinami. Me. But if FGO ends, that means all the servants that he has summoned will disappear. Here, meaning that Castoria or Musashi will not end up with him. Instead, there's only one option that Ritsuko will end up with, is Mash, or Mashu. But everyone likes to call her Mash. So let's just go with it. Mash is the first servant that we get for the game, and she's been around Ritsuko for the longest time. Throughout the Goetia arc, and now for the Lost Bound arc. Like, seriously, these two have been through hell together. And came back. It's nuts that even though the game wants us to go around trying to get our best waifus, who's at Ritsuka, the Chad, but in reality, we cannot spend all of our days with them. Unless we decide to get the Holy Grail to get them a new body. In the end of the day, Ritsuka will end up with Mash at the end of the game. Well, meaning that Ritsuka and Mashu will end up together at the end of MGO. If we're going to get the end of MGO. Since it's going to be a long ass time if the game is going to be over. Now let's get into the next person, that's Kalis. Kalis has so many options for love interests, and for some reason some people like to ship him with his own mother. Or, Kapka, the person that decides to use her DNA to create him for a reason, and the person that he woke up to. Okay, I get it. Yeah, she's hot. But that's still his mother. And let's not forget about how people like to ship him with his aunt. Yeah. Even though it's not stated that Kapka and Silverwolf are not siblings, but they are still technically are his family. And heck, even though some of the characters do have a crush on him, including the Yanderes, and so many others, and there's so many options you can choose, but the biggest hints that the one person that Kalis will end up with is that of a Firefly. Yes, I'm going with that based off the lore or the actual hints of the game instead of being a goddamn shipper. Or 24/7. And goddamn. Because one, Firefly and Kalis kind of somehow have history together. Or some people think that Kalis was a reincarnation of an old Kalis. But somehow they got together, and let's not forget, she was kind of the first death that he saw. All in front of his eyes, and he cried like a little bitch. But he decided to use that death of hers to be his fuel. His drive, his passion, and also his maximum overdrive. For God's sake. Heck, there's even a music video showing a prediction of how the game will end. Even though that video came out years ago, and some of the characters are dead, it's still a good listen. Like, seriously. I wish I could play it right now, but copyright shit. And so yeah, Firefly will end up with Kalis at the end of Honkai Star Rail. And now let's get into the game that turned their protagonist from absolute importance to the story to a bitch maid. Hey, I'm talking about Ether. Yes, the guy Ether is going to becoming an absolute Giga Chad, or other words, a Sigma male. Instead, he's more like a side character now, letting other characters do the job for him. Yeah. Who doesn't care? Either him or his sister. They're both becoming side characters, even though they're the protagonists. And yes, and let's find out who will end up with him at the end of the game. I know this is a planet of shippers who ship either with any of the girls of the game, but I'm gonna admit this. It's hard. There is a lot of girls that admit that they have a crush on him, or they want to hang out with him, or a lot of things. But if I try to pick a girl from the Genshin game, people will be pissed at me in the comments. Like, seriously, like, write it in Shogun or ex-Ether fans or any fans of the shipsing featuring Ether. And it's kind of nuts to think about. It's dumb. Really goddamn dumb. And I know it's ridiculous that to see this stuff happening, being with fans, and to upload a particular ship, and they want that ship to happen. But we all know if Genshin or Ether himself will be more and more of a side character. So yeah, Ether is questionable who you end up with. And now let's get into the last two guys, Wise and Rover. Let's get to Wise. Wise is one of the proxies that we have to play as in Zenless Zone Zero. And it's kind of crazy to think about. Because, one, even though many people love Bell more than Wise, but most of the time, like, he comic does, Wise is more of a guy, the god of getting ladies. And we got three candidates that really, 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 really wants him. We got Zhu Yuan, Miami, and Astra Yao. Even though people love Zhu Yuan for obvious reasons. Like, seriously, goddamn, look at that. And many people love the fact that Wise called Miami his fiance. Hey, but there's one problem. But with Miami, Miami is trash without her sword. Seriously, even in the game, a lady calls her family a bunch of frauds. Like, seriously. Like, if I want to play the clip of the game, it'll be go like this. You think that your family is awesome because they have a badass sword. And many people think that you're the daughter of Virgil from the Devil May Cry series. But in reality, you guys are fucking frauds without that stupid sword. Like, seriously, put yourself in a hand-to-hand combat situation. Win. And what happens if you don't have that sword? You get your ass beat by anyone. The Chosen Undead. The Tarnished. Virgil himself. The Doomslayer. And so many others. You are fucking frauds. Damn! So, the last person I can think of that will end up with Wise if Zenless Zone Zero will end is Astriel. Yes, I know Astriel is an idol. Only people will find out if she's dating someone. But there's a plenty hints or some hints that Astriel really loves enjoying time with Wise. Like in her trailer, or aka her demo, that she kind of asked Wise out of a date. Did any of the girls ask Wise out? Well, even though Wise asked them out, But they ask him to go out and show a side of him that never seen the light of day. Like, he actually loves spending time. Instead of, spending time on his computer doing the missions. And this has got me thinking, dang, what if Astro Yell becomes the love interest of Wise at the end of the game? It's kind of crazy that she brought out a side of Wise that we never seen of. So yeah, I think Astro Yell will end up with Wise at the end of Sentinel Episode 0. Now let's get into I like to call the better Sunjin rule, and the guy who can put him to shame. Rover from Wuwa Wandering Waves. Anyways, there are plenty of girls that want to be with Ether, but there's only one option for Ether. And is that is the deity that brought him back to life, or is it some other chicks? Or that water deity that went from is basically Shazam. Or Shortkeeper. Well, yes, Caleria and I forgot, and I cannot butcher these names, so yeah, I don't want to butcher it. Basically want to hang out with Ether. And even though they give us the craziest boss fight of all time, when she transforms herself into a sword that gives Ether a new ability, but I don't know if she's gonna end up with Wise. But in real life, Ether ended up with her. Well, cosplayers of them. So let's keep going with this. So, who ended up with Rover? And the answer is Shortkeeper. Because one, Shortkeeper knows Rover in the past. Heck, there's even hints that Rover knew her in the past. Back when he was doing the God slaying or funny thing that he was doing. Like, seriously. Like, dang. And it's not the thing about Rover or with somebody perfect that knows him the best, being Shortkeeper. And one Shortkeeper did make Rover motivated to get his memories back and go back to being a God Slayer. Jeez, I really need to go back doing characters who slaying gods. What's this? Is it stuff? So yeah, that's it for this video. Well, leave a like, and leave a comment down below and subscribe for more. I'm out. See ya.